globally, the current oil glut has contributed significantly to the drop in oil prices, and as well has impacted Seplat's earnings.
Yeah.
That is not the case with companies like Dangote Cement, that has seen a significant increase in its earnings, owing to the new embrace of real estate and construction going on currently. The demand for houses, the new development of the real estate investment, the possibility of that industry growing.
All taking place in Nigeria.
Yeah.
All right. So
people now see the,
Okay, so let's cross over to the e-dividend regime that was launched during the week, the e-dividend platform. I'd like to play back the 1 minute comments of Mr. Munir Guazo at the launch of that event now, before we get your thoughts on it.
I think this e-dividend portal is going to be a very major milestone, because for the first time we're going to address the issue of e-dividend in this market. You recall in the last 20-25 years we've been talking about e-dividend, e-dividend, e-dividend. SEC has issued several memos and circulars for companies to comply, but that has not been done. Investors also have been very wary about the issue of the e-dividend. But with the handshake we have now with NIPS and Central Bank, where they are willing to provide to us the platform of the BVN, now we'll be able to have the necessary KYC would have been met. So with the BVN platform that is being provided by CBN and is going to be housed by NIPS, investors will be able to effectively implement the e-dividend mandate.
And the e-dividends portal depends on the BVN registration numbers of the banking system to function. Now, does that negate the CSCS biometrics registration exercise?
It certainly will not, but rather it will complement the work CSCS has been doing, because more importantly, we would have a situation whereby the entire financial system is on one page. So the same data that you have with your bank, you also have it with your registrar or with your broker, with CSCS and everything. So the whole market, the whole financial market will now be integrated into one.
All right, that was Mr. Munir Guazo, the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, speaking on the e-dividend platform that was launched during the week, which will give access to payments of dividends and bonuses into savings accounts, and that is going to depend on the bank verification numbers that investors or bank customers have gotten from their banks. Uhumavi is still with us via Skype, and let me get your thoughts on this e-dividend system that was launched during the week. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea. It's a brilliant idea, and I think it has come at a time that we actually expected it. It's been a little too late, but I'm happy the CBN come together on this platform. The e-dividend essentially is sort of a relationship between the shareholders, the listed company, the CSCS, the depository, and the investors, or the payment bank and investors. So essentially, this relationship creates a sort of unique approach that guarantees the effective transfer or transmission of earnings from the shareholding company or the listed company to the customer.
Let me come in here and ask you. Let me come in and ask you about how this.
I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea on one front. One, it will enhance the exchanges that exist within the financial sector, because you can see the Security and Exchange Commission, the capital market through the CSCS interacting effectively with the banks, depository system. You can see the possibility of it encouraging investors, encouraging shareholders to list, because the ease at which you can get returns without the necessity of undergoing the logistics of traveling or filing your papers before the bank, or your check, or you're going through the rigors of getting your warrant clear before your money hits your account.
Let me just cut in here. Do you think that this new system conforms with the global standards compared to what obtains in UK, where you are?
Yes, I think it's done everywhere. In fact, the model which is currently adopted in Nigeria has a strong semblance with what obtains in Malaysia and Hong Kong. It's a closed, well articulated system that encourages the shareholders to at least get a return. It's a very good system.
Thank you so much for your time. I'm sorry, I'll have to cut in there because we're running out of time. So that will be all of our capital markets this week. But before we go, let me quickly remind you that this week there are a couple of activities that will be taking place in the capital market space. The sponsored executives of BGL Company Limited are making an appearance before the ad hoc committee of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Nigeria-Singapore Investment Forum will hold this week as well. And yours sincerely, the Channels Television, will be represented at that event. We will also be having the factory of Dangote in Zambia kicking off this week. These are some of the news that are expected to drive the markets this week, so watch out on Channels Television for details of all of these, for feeds and broadcasts that will be brought to you during the week. That does it on Capital Markets tonight. Thank you so much. Leave your thoughts with us on Channels TV on Twitter, as well as Tempili, Tempili. And until next week, when we join you again, it's bye for now.